Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. This is your average logical thinker. My name is Mo, and today we are going to discuss two things. I made a thumbnail, but I don't know how to put it in StreamYard, so I will figure that out at some point. But anyways, giving all honor to the Most High for waking me up this morning, giving me another chance to be better today than I was yesterday. And if you are in the chat, I appreciate you so much. Hit the thumbs up. Show me that you care. Show me that you want to help me out and have this video get pushed. Because anytime I do a reaction video via StreamYard, my views are always super low. So I don't know if it's a love-hate relationship with StreamYard and YouTube, but it's annoying. Nevertheless, I do this so that whoever can get the message can get the message. It's really not about the numbers. Would I like more numbers? Absolutely, of course. But at the end of the day, it's about the message. Because over here we are solution oriented, right? And today we're going to talk about what this fool should do. And the solution to his problem is to turn himself in so that he can get his time over with. Okay. So anyways, we're going to talk about the Louisiana Escapee. I don't know if you guys know, but unless you've been living under a rock, there were about 10 men that escaped from a Louisiana prison. And I posted it on my community tab about these guys. And so they've caught all but 2 at this point. And this is one of them. Okay. And he got some things to say. So we're going to listen to him real quick and just kind of break down what he's saying, because I'm not fully understanding. I have more questions than I have answers. So let's get into it and we're going to discuss.
That was let out in GC. What I want to talk about today is as far as why I was in Orleans Parish Jail. I was in custody for almost 8 months. All right, 6 months, something like that. I was in there for theft of a motor vehicle and domestic abuse involving strangulation. That's what I was in Orleans Parish for. Okay, but before.
Okay, so hold on. He was locked up for 8 months for domestic abuse. And what was the first one? I can't remember. The first one seemed kind of minor, but that second one, that domestic abuse, that right there, that kind of piqued my interest. But let's see.
Orleans Parish, I was in a jail called St. Tammany Detention Center. All right, St. Tammany Jail here in St. Tammany Parish. There's 2 different parishes, Orleans and St. Tammany. Okay. Today, what I want to talk about is that I was on 2nd-degree kidnapping, 2nd-degree rape, domestic abuse, battery involving strangulation, domestic abuse, battery, violation of protective order, right? On this.
Whoa. How many of y'all think he deserved to be locked up? I'm not saying he did all them things, but just one is enough. Kidnapping? And I'm confused as to how they ain't found this fool yet. Number one, he's light bright. He's bright as the sun. And he's got a string of tattoos on his face. How has he not been caught? Even if he wears a face mask, the hair, the skin, the tattoos, nobody. I mean, he is really, really off the grid. Wherever he is, they taking care of him, because I don't know how he's still out here. What up, Couch? How you doing? I hope all is well. I started your video yesterday, but I didn't get a chance to finish watching it. So I'm going to finish watching it today so I could, I hit the thumbs up, of course, but I have to leave a comment to help push it. I got to finish seeing what you're talking about. But I do know that Charles Manson's mama should have swallowed, and we're going to leave it at that. Thank you. All right, let's get back into this fool. Still not understanding how he has not been caught. But let's continue. But kidnapping, strangulation, you belong under the jail, in my opinion. But let's hear him out first, right? Let's hear him out. He's already, what's the saying? You're innocent until proven guilty. Well, he's already been proven guilty. That's why he's locked up. But he's saying these are all lies, all fabrication, because you know these bees be out here lying, and they do. So let's hear what he got to say.
This woman right here, her name is Diamond White. That's her name. This
Diamond
is a
White.
district attorney drop form right here. And she's not a child. She's an adult, a full adult. I was dating this woman. This is a legalized affidavit saying all allegations against me is false. You remember, all allegations against me is false. I was nowhere around her or none of that.
Hey, Robert hurt you.
Now, if you were dating her, you were around her, right?
What is your...
So maybe he's saying at the time of the incident that she claimed.
The timing of the date, which was November the 10th of 2024. Okay, so I was in Centennial, right, and I was on a regular domestic charge, right. So they put a parole hold on me because I was on a domestic charge. So with that being said, is that once that occurred,
he was already on domestic charge. So when she submitted that paperwork, that just made it worse for you. So you're not completely innocent, my boy.
And the charges was refused or whatever. They shipped me to Orleans Parish where I had more open charges. It was the death of a motor vehicle and the domestic abuse battery.
Death of a motor vehicle? You guys, do we need to continue listening to this guy? I'm just saying. I listened to it last night and I kind of went here and there, and because at first I was like, nah, you guilty, you need to go back to jail. Then I was like, oh, well, maybe he's telling the truth. To nah, fool, you guilty. I don't know. He says, was this picture taken? He does look like a character. He is a costume. From the hair to the tats, everything. That accent is heavy. That New Orleans accent is heavy on this guy. I don't know how he has not been caught yet. Let's get back into it.
Strangulation. So once I got in Orleans Parish jail, all right, I have from the district attorney's office this woman who they say that I initially raped in another parish and in Orleans Parish is the same woman here. It's not different females. It's the same grown woman, not a child, a grown woman. Okay, she did the same thing in Orleans.
Why does he have to keep stressing that it's not a child? Was the charges, did the charges say that she was a minor? Is he known for dating young girls? Why does he feel the need to keep saying she's a grown woman?
Parish, right? Correct. I'm about to show you how the system is corrupted. Okay, she did this, right? Saying all allegations against me is false, and she even saying it. She let her know the truth that I never did this to her. I never hit her. I was nowhere around her. Nothing. She got mad and thought that I was dealing with another woman. That's why she did what she did to me.
We know you was dealing with another woman, but that's besides the point.
You know what I'm saying? Another thing too, once I got into Orleans Parish, I was there for like a month or something like that. Okay, a lot went on as that time progressed. Okay, if you was an innocent person and you know the judges and DA know that this person is saying that all the charges that you're on that you did not do, why was you still in jail?
Probably because of all of the other charges, my guy. It says death of a motor vehicle. That means somebody died because of your recklessness. You've been locked up before for putting your hands on women. And I'm inclined now to think that you done been with some underage chicks too. I'm just saying. So when you got all that against you, it don't matter what you say. Because how do we know you and Slider a couple thousand to recant her story? I don't know. I'm not going to say these don't be lying. They do be lying. They do be lying. I'm just saying. You got so much other stuff, bruh. And then he just made it 10 times worse by running. And I understand, but this is not a movie. This is not Mission Impossible. This is not one of those things where you get set up and you run instead of turning yourself in until you can prove your case. It don't work that way. Not for people like us. That only happens in the movies, my guy. What up, Wolfpack, man? Yes, child. Exactly. Ridiculous. Couch says he is like a light bulb in a tunnel. I mean, come on, people. Somebody, yes, something ain't right. Something ain't fresh in the water. Look at Michonne. Hey. You guys make sure you check out Missy Michonne live. She was just talking about these foods last night. I didn't get a chance to watch it, Michonne, but I'm gonna go back and catch the replay. But this is, I guess, in addition to whatever you was talking about. This food, now he got proof. He got evidence that he is actually innocent. So yeah, they crazy. Cray. Let's see what else this food talking about. And I also want to know, where did he get these papers from? Where is old girl at? Because I fear for her. That's probably my main concern. Where is the woman that put these charges out on him? Because if I was her, I would be in hiding right now. Real talk.
Louisiana have the highest incarceration rate in the world for putting black people away. Yes. At the end of the day, in my younger life, I'm not gonna lie, I was causing problems. I was young. My daddy got killed when I was 7 years old. My mom had to raise 4 children by herself. So I had to find a way to try to help my mother. You feel what I'm saying? But as time went on, the person that I once was, I'm not that person today. That is not who I am. I have a 3-year-old son. I have an 18-year-old daughter that graduated yesterday, supposed to be. At the end of the day, that people don't understand, that they see that I'm armed and dangerous. I have a heart.
Hey guys.
He got a heart, y'all. He has a heart. And I believe he does. But doing too much.
People that know me know that at the end of the day, I am a good person.
And let me just say this. Well, first of all, if you ever have to say that you're a good person, like if you have to physically say out of your mouth, I am a good person, usually you're not. Because saying it is one thing, being it is another. If you are something, you don't have to say it. Period. And if your mother was struggling with 4 kids, what you're supposed to do as a good person, as a good son, is to not add to the stress and burden of her. You do right. You go out, you get a legit job and work at McDonald's like I did since I was the age of 14, and I contribute to the household. I don't go out. I don't join gangs. I don't go killing and kidnapping and stealing vehicles and doing all this stuff. You take the stress away from your mom if she got 4 kids raising it by herself. That's not a good person, sir. I am so sorry, but no. Is he a midget? I don't know. He does look short, but he's sitting on a stool and he's leaned forward. But he is short. That's what I'm saying. Like, how is he not being caught yet? He's light bright. He got tattoos on his face. His hair look crazy. His accent is strong. He's short as hell. How can you miss that? Like, seriously. Of course, thank you. 2 baby moms. Somebody did. Somebody like it. He ain't a bad looking cat. He all right. If he took all that off and cut his hair down, he would be decent. I might slide. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, what up, Donovan? Hey, Donovan, good to see you. I was in your live yesterday. You guys make sure you check out Donovan Sadiq channel as well. Good stuff, especially if you're a veteran. Good information. Donovan says, what's crazy is young women are dating and sleeping with guys that look just like it because it's intriguing, right? He's the bad boy. So it is what it is. Even girls are putting tats on their face, neck, and chest. This generation gonna be some ugly as scene. Yeah. Imagine when you get look. I regret this tattoo, right? This is the Serenity Prayer. I got this before I had my son. After I had my son, I regretted it because number one, it brings a lot of attention to me, right? And so, and people always gonna be like, "What is that? Let me read it." You know, now that I'm older, people don't ask. But when I was younger and I first got it, yeah, it was I would stick out. You know what I'm saying? And I wholeheartedly did not do it for that. I mean, of course, part of it is, you know, vanity. But for the main part, it was for me to have a reminder. I could look down and read the Serenity Prayer when I'm having a hard day. But I wanted to get a neck tattoo. You know what I'm saying? At one point. And I'm glad I didn't, you know, because I mean, damn. It's not attractive. Like if I ever do get married again, I know for a fact I'm either going to get this tattoo covered up or the dress I wear is going to have to cover it, you know? But that's what people like, you know? When you're in that world, it's intriguing, you know? Clearly this dude has an assistant. Yeah, somebody hiding his ass. Somebody got him, feeding him, taking care of him, you know, everything. Gave him a phone to record his little his letter to the people. I don't know who's supposed to be listening and who is going to say, you know what? He's got all the proof handwritten right there. Let's go ahead and reduce his sentence, even though he broke out of jail. Instead of doing like some people do, raising your money, getting your good lawyer, and appealing. But no, people don't want to do that. They want to take the easy way out. And when you take the easy way out, you end up making things worse on yourself. Hey, Michelle W., what's good? She says, good morning or evening. He should have at least changed his background because I'm sure someone will recognize. Thank you. That's what I was thinking too. They're able, look, with technology, they're able to put all this stuff together, right? So we're going to see. Hopefully they were smart because the person that showed this, they were recording it from another device. So that was smart. If he ended up uploading it from somebody watching the video on something else, maybe, but they can still track that. And I mean, technology is a mug. So, and they can't look at the background. And if you feed him for 50,000, because I think the, what is it? $50,000 now. If he gets caught, if you help find him, it was 20,000 at one point. Now I think it's up to 50K. So we're going to see. McDonald's worker here too. Yep. I worked at McDonald's off and on when I was 14. That was my first job when I lived in Georgia. And I think my first, what was the pay back then? $2.85. And then after I was in high school and we moved back to Cali, I worked at McDonald's again. And my rate was $4.85. And I remember my first raise. And guess how much it was, y'all? 5 cents. 5 cents an hour. Accountability. What happened to that? There is no, the way the world is going, accountability does not exist on both sides. This goes for Instagram baddies and young millennials and these Gen Zers out here. It goes on both sides. No accountability. Nobody wants to take accountability for, and you don't grow though. If you don't take accountability and say, look, I effed up. This is where I went wrong. You can't grow. Like me, being a single mom for years and years and years. You know, I only wanted to blame him. Him. He left us. He did. No. At the end of the day, you knew what you was doing, right? So I've gotten to a point where I had to accept my role in certain things. Once I was able to accept my role in certain things, my outlook on life changed. And the way that I raise my son is completely different because I know that it's just me and him. And so, you know, and I've just grown from that. You know what I'm saying? I've asked the Lord for forgiveness. I feel like I've been forgiven. I think that I've suffered from some of those things. That's why life with him is a lot easier because I came to accept the fact that, hey, you had a role in this. Now let's do better. But accountability, no. But that's why we're here, right? The elders to get online because this is what they watch. This is what they see. And hopefully somebody young and dumb will see this and be like, you know what? That old lady with the big ass glasses is making some sense. Maybe I need to look at life a little different. That is why we do this. Yeah, he getting help. Wolfpack Maine, he says, us licensing guys always catch you. He said, I ain't soft though. I know that's right. Same for these old country bumpkins. Facts.
So I'm asking for help from the world, from Meek Mills, Lil Wayne, Young Boy, Donald Trump, I'm asking for these people.
I missed that part last night. He said he want help from who? Meek Mill, Lil Wayne, Donald Trump, because Trump let young MB. You not them, sir. You ain't them. You ain't got the money unlike that. What you talking about? Donald Trump ain't saving you.
I couldn't even get
Lock him back up, y'all. Lock him back up. I'm over him.
a lawyer. I couldn't even afford a lawyer to prove my innocence while I was in Orleans Parish jail. They said that I broke out. I didn't break out. I was let out. My name is Antoine Massey. The guy who said that I threatened him with a shit.
Oh, now he didn't break out. Now he didn't see accountability. He wasn't one of the ones running on that tape we saw where it was all just running. That mess was hilarious. He wasn't one of them. They let him out. He's the lost cause.
The maintenance guy, how could I threaten you with a shank? If you can't come around me, you're a maintenance. You cannot come on the tills without a deputy being behind you. Because if they just let you on the till, you could be persuaded to bring drugs or anything like that, that nature. So how can I threaten you to jail you? And why you didn't notify the people, the police, that if I did threaten you, you never did that. Like, you flat out lied on me. Sterling flat out lied on me. And I want to let the media know that from the straight tattoos in my face and things of that nature, of course they're going to believe Sterling. You know what I'm saying? I never told Sterling nothing. I'm willing to take a lie detector test and everything behind that. But that's another subject. Orleans Parish is one of the corruptedest jails. That in St. Tammany Parish is the corruptedest jails in the state of Louisiana. Wow.
And I believe him. I watched a short video a while back about Louisiana jails. They are some of the most foulest jails. He's not lying. He's not lying. They do them dirty out there. And something does have to be done about our jail system. It is slavery, period, point blank. That's what it is.
How was I even incarcerated with a woman saying that this never happened? This is this woman's name. This is the charge, domestic abuse violation. This is about the shit in St. Tammany. Why would I, in Orleans Parish, why was I even in jail? That's what I'm trying to show y'all. That's why.
Because of all the other stuff. And then you sealed the deal with what you went through with her.
I left the jail. And they have a lot more brothers that's innocent, just like me, that's trying to prove they're innocent. That's why they ran. Jason Williams, the sheriff, Susan Hudson, these people are corrupted. These people was talking to St. Tammany and telling St. Tammany they gonna sentence me behind this, and telling St. Tammany if they can't get me, St. Tammany gonna get me. You see what I'm saying?
Are you done for it,
behind a woman that's a grown adult that never stated that I ever raped her. They have a detective that's over the case.
Listen, at the end of the day, bro, you're gonna have to see. Here's the problem. He waited until he got in jail to start doing things the right way. He said, I'm not going to have drugs coming in and out, contraband. I'm not going to do things that way. I'm going to just do my time. Then when the opportunity came for him to escape, he took it, right? You should have been doing things the right way before jail, or otherwise you wouldn't be in the situation now. That's your problem. But if I was him, I think at this point it's a lost cause. But before this happened, he should have been doing what he had to do to collect money, to get him a lawyer, to appeal, all of this stuff. However way you should have just been doing what you had to do while you was locked up to get that money. Period. That's my thoughts. But I could be wrong. What Michelle saying? I bet he has a family. So, oh yeah, it's holding him down. I have a big family and we stand 10 toes down for one another, no matter what. We are extremely close family. You have not committed murder, then we are holding you down. That part, facts. Because one of them, that his grandma was on there on the news a couple of days ago. She was like, speaking up, like my baby is okay. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure he good. And listen, I think she sent him some Western Union money or something like that. I would too. I ain't even gonna lie. Granny baby. For real, for real.
That's trying to pursue charges on me because of my prior history. Who I was in the past is not who I am today. So I'm asking for the media. I don't even have a lawyer to help me. I'm asking for help. That's why I ran.
At Wayfair, we get pretty excited about furniture.
So he wasn't let out then. You just contradicted yourself, my boy. You didn't run.
You feel me? I'm a grown man. I have kids. I have a mother. I have a baby mother, a child, my children mother. Like it's a lot going on. And that's why I ran. I need help. You feel what I'm saying? Orleans Parish in St. Tammany is one of the corruptest parishes in the world. And I'm asking for help. It's a lot of corruption. It's jiggins, all type of stuff going on, and they covering it up. They don't care about nothing. And
you got to be able to prove it, bruh. Just saying this on the camera is not going to do it. Sorry.
State of Louisiana, this is something that need to go under a federal investigation. What's going on? How they having cases? Why Antoine Massey was in jail if the woman, the victim, the grown woman, not a child, the grown woman stated that he never raped her. He never beat her. He was nowhere in her presence. This is the affidavits on the date right here. This is the drop form from the district attorney office. This woman went did this. I didn't do this. Look, it's legally dated. So I'm asking, please, for help. Young boy, Meat Mills, people, LBL, you know what I'm saying? People that been through the system that know it's corrupt. Lil Wayne, Donald Trump, please, I'm asking for help. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I don't blame him. I don't blame him for trying. I ain't gonna lie. I don't blame him for trying. He like, I wanted y'all. You see the face tats? You know I could bust a freestyle real quick. Help me out. Corrupted is. Yeah. I mean, that's too bad. He does seem like a nice guy. He seems like a nice guy. He seemed like, you know, if he did the right things in life, he would go very far. But he's tainted. It's really hard to come back from that once you escape. Black Cow says, I can't take this dude seriously. He makes up more words than Big Tiff. Yeah. Yeah. Big Tiff and Messy Michon for WWE Women's Tag Team. What up, Mike Nice? How you doing? Look at OG Triple OG. Salute. I don't know why he calling for Trump. If Trump sees them face tats, he's gonna think he's MSI. He'll have him deported just cause. You see, they pulling over citizens now. They deport people if you look like you ain't, basically if you ain't black or white. we pulling you over and we gonna take you in, and then we'll deal with you later. But all I gotta say is them others now know what it feels like. His logic is on a 5-year-old level. Yeah, he's you know, what's that called? Not stunted growth, but what is that word called? Starts with an A. When you stunted and you're stuck in the same age that, you know, when something like a traumatic incident happened and you're stuck there mentally and you can't really grow, and then you bring that shit into relationships and everything else. Hey, Gideon, bro, calling out other criminals to help him. Thank you. They like, yo, I just got pardoned. What I look like? I'm not trying to stir. No, I'm just over here with my ankle bracelet, minding my business, bruh. Good luck. I'll say a prayer. That's all you gonna get. NBA young boy, LBL, whoever he talked to, Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne don't give a damn about nobody but Lil Wayne. First of all, we've already learned this, okay? Lil Wayne don't give a F about niggas. He don't about his own kids. Lil Wayne only cares about Lil Wayne. So he asking the wrong people. He should get them face tats removed. That's one thing he should do while he's out. Because anytime he goes up for appeal, for parole, they're going to take one look at him and be like, nah. Yep, including the president. He asked him. All right, OG, I know it's late. Where you at? Trump bad. Trump bad. Yeah, Trump bad. He ain't about to let him out. Arrested Development. Thank you, Pac-Man. That's it. Yeah, he definitely got some Arrested Development. Meek worrying about Diddy. He ain't got time to be worried about this dude that don't know about well. He's known now. Antoine, what's his name? Antoine Massey.
And when I get back in custody, I'm asking y'all please to come help. You feel what I'm saying? I'm asking the world. I'm letting y'all know I'm not a raper, man. I'm not none of that. None of that. I'm a good person. I am a father that want to be in my children's life. You know what I'm saying? I want to let the younger youth know that going down the route of trying to be a street person is not the route.
There you
That's
go.
the type of person I am. Yes, I was lied on. They made certain lie on me. All the guys they picked me for him to lie on. I'm not saying Sterling a bad guy, but why did you pick me to lie on, bro? It's bigger than Sterling. I don't know why they picked me for him to lie on, but I never threatened Sterling ever. How could I threaten Sterling or hurt Sterling? He cannot come on and sit with me without a deputy being present. My name is Antoine Massey. I'm asking for help. I was one of the ones that was let out Orleans Parish jail.
Let me tell you something, ladies. Never date a man named Antoine. Antoine's, don't do it. Don't do it. I dated one. Never again.
Jail on May the 16th or May the 15th, 2025. So please, Meek Mills, Donald Trump, Lil Wayne, please help me. Lil Wayne, this is Big Antoine's son that's talking right now. I'm Lil Antoine. I was your mama waiting when she married Rabbit. I was the ring boy, Lil Wayne. Please help me, bro.
Oh, he was the ring boy. Aww. You know me. You know me. I'm your sister, cousin, baby brother, them. Yeah, me. Lil Antoine. Come on now. Yeah, he said you. The youth. He trying to preach to the youth, which I appreciate. You know what I'm saying? Tell him something. Tell him this ain't the route. This ain't what you want to do. You know? Yeah, them face tats ain't no joke. I would imagine getting it removed, ain't it? I want to look at something else, y'all, real quick. This here.
Why are women everywhere choosing
Americans are giving up
tummy tuck alternatives?
insane mortgage payments right now. And there's just one lady that I want to highlight.
Monthly mortgage goes up almost $200 a month, or I pay it out over the next 12 months, and my monthly mortgage payment goes up almost $500 a month.
And this is why a lot of first-time homeowners are getting home.
Okay, so listen to this again, what she says.
So it's not that. Nope. It's my escrow account. Apparently, my homeowner's insurance and my property taxes just skyrocketed.
There's still one more guy.
But nobody thought to tell me about this until I was already $3,200 short in my escrow account. So now I not only have to pay the shortage, but I also have to pay the new balance moving forward. And so I can either pay the shortage in full and my monthly mortgage goes up almost $200 a month, or I pay it out over the next 12 months and my monthly mortgage payment goes up almost $500 a month.
And this is why a lot of first-time homeowners are getting home buyer's remorse. This is one of the reasons, right? And I want y'all to drop this below in the comments. When you say mortgage, what do you hear? I'm gonna give you like 30 seconds. Morgue.
That was not 30 seconds, bruh.
Mortgage payments. Take that for what it is. Connect the dots.
Well, I definitely don't have $3,200 just laying around, so
I saw that too, Michelle.
I guess this is the option that I have. I'm already working 70 hours a week. So I'm probably gonna have to sell my house because I can't do that. I don't know anybody who could. But I don't know where I'm gonna live after I sell my house because my ex-husband ruined my credit in the divorce this year. And so I don't know anybody who's gonna rent to me. I may end up homeless by the end of this year.
Yes.
Now, this is a realistic thing. It's possible she could end up on the streets just based off of that. And that's really unfortunate. But if you are somebody that's going through this, you have to start speaking life into your situation and not project a negative outcome. You have to say to yourself, I'm going to get through this and that God will make a way. But when you have a negative outlook already on your situation, that only makes it worse. But I feel so bad for all of the people who have these homes, and it's not the mortgage itself, it's the insurance and the property taxes that's increasing. That's why these escrow accounts are shooting all the way up there, you know? So if you're a renter and you feel like you're behind in life, or that you don't have that white picket fence and the dog and the 2.5 kids and the husband or the wife, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad at all, because people like her, they going through it. And I'll tell you what, another reason why a lot of these people are going through is because they living outside of their means. A lot of people want to flex in front for the gram, for their homegirls and their homeboys to show, I got this, I got that, I drive this, I drive that, when you really, really, truthfully can't afford it. A lot of these people didn't budget, and a lot of these people didn't really do their homework and their research and know that there is a possibility that things can increase, especially depending on what state you live in. Florida, I know, is one of the worst. So it's unfortunate.
This is a true situation, and it's brewing and brewing and it's boiling. In fact, there are anywhere from 1 to 2 million defaults right now throughout the nation, and those defaults and pre-foreclosures and foreclosures are increasing at an alarming rate. Of course, the good thing is many of these homeowners have equity, so they're not going to lose their home to foreclosures or pre-foreclosures. They can still sell their house, walk away. Of course, they may not be able to buy, like the lady said, she has bad credit. Her ex-husband ruined her credit in the divorce. So many of these homeowners can still sell, walk away, maybe some check in hand, but it's a dire situation. And this is getting worse and worse. And I think this is going to skyrocket more as we go into 26 and 27 because the increases have just started.
So I am jumping on the bandwagon talking about mortgages going up. So I was actually on Twitter maybe a week ago, and I saw people complaining, well, not complaining, but giving their opinions about people making videos about their mortgages going up. I never seen any videos. Like I said, I was just on Twitter and I saw people saying, oh, these people don't know how to read the contracts. Everybody got a variable rate mortgage who are complaining about these raises. People didn't know if you buy new construction, your taxes are based off, generally the land is not included in the house. I saw all these things, basically call people stupid. They say they didn't read the paperwork. I saw it's Twitter. So it was no positivity. So I paid my mortgage on March 1st. March 1st, paid my mortgage, no problem. I went back to Bank of America on the app to go look at something, and something said, click mortgage. I clicked mortgage and literally started texting everybody and said, what the blank is going on? Right. I looked at my, the breakdown. I don't have any PMI. The mortgage insurance, I don't pay that. So it's principal and interest and it's escrow.
Oh, she got.
Do you know what's really fun? Making a website on Wix.
My escrow is damn near the same amount of my principal and interest. And I literally said, you got to be playing with me. You got to be playing with me. A little bit of background. I bought my house in 2017, new construction. My interest rate is under 3%. So
Wow.
I still am just floored about the increase. So I'm not in a bad situation, meaning I did everything quote unquote right. It's just that it's going up, and it's not the first time it's gone up. My house, the mortgage has been going up every year steadily. Like maybe 1 year $20, next year $40, 1 year $50. I think the most it's ever got, my mortgage monthly payment is going up is $50. It was just this time the way it jumped was insane. And it's almost like I can't even complain because I got a homegirl in Florida and her mortgage went up by $1,000 because of insurance and property taxes. And we're all just sitting here like, it's not the fact that it went up. I know I'm used to the fluctuations. Everybody I know is kind of used to the fluctuations. Sometimes a couple of my girlfriends got a check back for overpayment. I mean, because it fluctuates because of insurance and property taxes. But to be going up over hundreds per month, it's over $1,000 per month. This shit should be criminal.
It really should be criminal. And I don't understand how we got here. I really don't. I know it's money driven. I know economy. I know that, but I need to know, what do you guys know about the housing industry and why these things go up? Because my mortgage has gone up about $100 since I purchased my home 3 years ago, right? And every time they assess the property and the value of the property goes up, my property taxes increase, right? But for places like Florida, things like that, where it damn near doubles, and these people all of a sudden owe $50,000, $5,000, $3,500 in their escrow, what is the true motivation for that? Because it can't be the property taxes. And mine, they better not raise these again. We had a homeboy just got shot. Y'all know last Christmas, shot across the street from me. So I know they better not assess my stuff for higher because of where I'm staying. But what is, I mean, I know it's all money. Who is getting paid on the back end for this? You know what I'm saying? And it's really unfortunate that we don't have, like Wolfpack said, I don't have any family. He said, I have negative relatives, right? When you don't have anybody that you can depend on, like me and my son, it's just us here. Just me and him. I don't have anybody I could go to right now and be like, hey, I need, you know what I'm saying? So when you live like that and it's just you and yours, that's a lot. You don't have nobody that you can depend on. If you need $5,000 or you need, you know what I'm saying? It's not. So whenever you're in that situation where you don't have anybody you can depend on, you have to do everything you can to make sure that you're going to be straight. Whether it means work extra, find other sources of income, which he touches on later. You know, you have to make sure that you're in a good place. Gideon said, Lil Wayne's somewhere saying, I don't know you, right? Like who? Who's you? Was the flower boy, the ring bearer, or what? Don't know ya. Michelle says, I saw an article on IG the other day that said 30% of homes in Atlanta are owned by corporations. That should be illegal for them to do that. But they are pricing people out of being able to buy a home. Yes. And they're saying that the motivation for that is they want everybody to be renters. They want everybody to be renters. And all these corporations are buying out all of these homes. I have a feeling that if I sell my townhouse, it's going to be a wrap. And I'm not going to be able to buy probably until my son is out of the house. So I'm like, I may as well just stay here and rock it and figure it out and come up with a plan. Because even if I sold my home and I have a lot of equity in this home, I'm still not going to be able to afford what it is that I truly desire, because I'm not paying $3,200 in mortgage a month. What I look like, that's stupid. That's crazy. I would only be doing that for ego, not out of necessity. You know what I'm saying? Couch says they may have equity, but the debt will burn. Yeah. Yeah. By the time you sell the house, say you get back 20K, 25K, and you go and rent, they want last month's rent, and a security deposit. You know, you got to pay movers because people don't be wanting to burden anybody else to help them move now. And when I moved from my house to this house, I was charged $1,200. And I lived, 12 miles from here? And I had everything packed. All they had to really move was the big, heavy items and some boxes. But I had already brought over like maybe 3 carloads of boxes. So they didn't really have much. $1,200. When literally 2 years before that, when I moved into that house, I paid a dude $400 for him and his 2 sons to move me. This was his company. $400 to $1,200. I can imagine now what it would cost to move. So by the time you burn through all of that, and then if she got debt from other stuff, and then just trying to live day to day, it's gone. If you're struggling with the mortgage, get your ass some roommates for 1 year period in a non-rent controlled city. That part too. Like when I first moved out, I lived with somebody because there was no way. My salary working at McDonald's, it couldn't pay, you know? Then when I got another job that paid me a little bit more, I was able to get a studio apartment where my rent was $425 a month. And even then I was struggling because then I got a car note that was $186. Don't ask me how I remember that. Probably because I had to pay it forever, but $186 a month. I don't remember how much my insurance was, but yeah, I was living check to check. The smart thing to do is to get help, but we're living in a world now where they want everybody isolated and not depending on each other, right? They want everybody to go crazy. They want everybody to depend on AI and computers and things like that instead of working together with each other. You know, at the end of the day, Satan has his hands all on earth. Everything in it, everything that happens is spiritual warfare. Everything. Houses are difficult. Nonstop work money. Yes. Y'all know I just spent $6,500 on a new AC conditioned unit in the back and then the thing here. Nonstop, you paying. I'm still paying that off, right? Most folks buy a home that they can't afford from jump. No shade, no blame. Yeah, they do because they try to impress. That's really all it is. Half of the stuff that we do, the way we wear our hair, the lashes, the makeup, the nails, these are press on, by the way. And it's not even that I can't afford to get it done. I heard somebody say, if you could do it, you would do it. Bullshit. Not true. Just because you could don't mean you should, right? We have to prioritize, you know, the sneakers and the latest fits and the chains and all that. We're doing it because we need that external validation. But if you know whose you are, who you belong to, none of that is necessary. It's really not, you know? And lenders are a whole other discussion. Okay. Banks, they're not going to lose. They're not going to lose. They're going to get it one way or the other. The government doesn't lose when it comes to money. Yep. Truth be told, Tuesday, they go Mike Nice coming through with the themes. Woo. Pet deposit. There you go. Yep. Credit card and then the rental fee, the application fee, all of that. HOAs too, and I'm so grateful that my HOA, I'm a board member. We haven't raised, we talked about raising the price of the HOAs, and I was like, you got to look at what's going on. We have enough money in reserves right now. There's no need to raise it. Times are tough. Raising it would just be wrong. You know what I'm saying? Plus, we don't have a pool. The playground at the end of the thing is, don't get me started, charging all that money every year. My bad from the chat. Housing was my industry for 2 decades. Okay, so speak on it. Speak on it. Couch. Houses are built on the cheap. Have you noticed these new homes fall apart within 5 years? How those 409-year homes still standing right here? Exactly. My house is old, but a lot of you know what I'm saying? But it's brick too. You know, the structure of it is good. We have hurricanes come through all the time. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? All I need is a storm door. But Yeah, these new houses. And what gets me, I think one reason why I've never said, let me just start from scratch and have something built to my liking is because number one, that you hear all the time that these houses are made cheap. They're not doing right by these people. And then the fact that I have to pay for the land and the house on top of that, to me, all of that should be included. This is not what God intended. And I'm so frustrated that our government is allowing corporations and foreigners to come in and buy up all of these homes. They're taking over. And once they own enough, they can push us out. We're all going to be on the streets and all of their people are going to be here. Just like that. It's really sad. The fact that there is no rent control. Rent control is a trap. It does not protect renters from ultimately being priced out of their spaces. Okay, see, I didn't know that. Let me plug this in. But that's crazy. It should not cost this much for a home. It just really shouldn't. It really should be against the law. I don't understand why that's not top priority for this current administration. Rent control, people should not, there should be a cap depending on your area to how much a landlord can charge, and everything else going on with these homes. It's really sad. And I'm getting pissed just thinking about it. I want y'all to hear this last lady because she was really good. Oh, wait, this one.
Insurance has doubled. Who knew that was coming? So it's not they didn't want to tell you. Nobody knew this was coming, and more is coming.
He can't say nobody because some people have been doing active research. Some people read their paperwork. Some people have been studying the financial market. Some people have been studying the economy. Some people have tried to warn others about this, and others thought it was a conspiracy or they didn't want to believe it.
Yeah.
Their cognitive dissonance made it to where they didn't want to believe it.
Congratulations on buying your first house. Here's your packet.
Okay, perfect. So my payment for the next at least 12 months is going to be $21.50.
Yeah, it's $21.49, but you can round up.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
So here's your escrow analysis for the last year. You do have a shortage of $5,212.
What do you mean a shortage of $5,212?
It means you paid that amount under what you were supposed to pay last year.
Do you remember when I was here last year and I asked you if my payment was $21.49?
Yes, of course I remember. That's the amount that you were supposed to be paying.
So you gave me the wrong amount to pay per month?
Nope. $21.50 was the correct amount, and that's the amount that you should have been paying.
Okay, so you told me $21.49. I paid $21.49. And now you're telling me that I'm short $5,000.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly right.
I need you to explain it because I just asked you if you told me the wrong amount and you said no.
But I didn't give you the wrong amount. I gave you the right amount, $21.49.
So you told me pay $21.50. I paid $21.50. You're telling me even now that that's the correct amount that I was supposed to be paying last year, but somehow I have a shortage of $5,000. So I should have been paying more per month than the $21.50 that you told me.
It's like you're finally getting it.
Why didn't you tell me that I was supposed to be paying more than $21.50?
Because $21.50 is the amount that you're supposed to be paying.
Okay. So what can I do about this? Because I can't pay $5,000 just in the blink of an eye like that.
Understandable. If you can't pay by April 1st, then your monthly payment will just go up to $2,900.
So if I don't pay the $5,000 by April 1st, my monthly payment goes from $2,150 to $2,900?
Exactly. That's exactly right. Again, you're getting it.
Yes, very confusing. We feel that, hey, I got a 30-year fixed mortgage, principal, interest, tax, and insurance, but nobody knew or people don't tell you that principal and interest are fixed for 30 years. but your tax and insurance are not fixed. And what happened this time around is that everything skyrocketed. And that's where the dilemma is. And that's why a lot of people are in default. More homeowners are going to go into default in coming 2025 and 26 and 27. The momentum has already begun. You may already be in a situation or you may not be in a situation. What can you do to prepare so you are not in the situation? Here's some points. One of the things you can do is review your escrow statement annually.
You gotta look at your
and
stuff.
If you don't understand anything, call your realtor or call your attorney that help you with the closing, or call the escrow company and they can explain to you what is going on. The other thing is, as I mentioned earlier, if you feel like your insurance is way too high, call a couple of insurance companies, get some quotes, and make sure you have the same coverage on all the quotes, and switch if you can, and that will adjust your monthly payment. The other thing you can do is call your tax assessor's office or the county assessor's office and challenge the assessed value. You could reduce your assessed value. Your local realtor, any realtor that you may call, could help you with that. The other thing is plan for inflation costs to go up higher and higher. So if you're spending money on some things that you're not supposed to, or if you feel like your prices are going to go up, start cutting back on expenses.
Yep. Get a strict budget. Get more streams of income too. One is too close to none. You got to diversify. Get a diverse portfolio. Y'all know me. Y'all know what I recommend.
Start saving more. Starts being frugal. And I'm not trying to advise you. This is what I'm doing myself. As hard times are coming up. And when I say hard, I mean prices are going to go up and up and up. My insurance has gone up. Auto insurance and property tax insurance and earthquake insurance. My electric bills has gone up. My gas bills has gone up. Groceries has gone up. So I've cut back on things. That's one way to do it. So you are at least a little bit prepared. And then of course, talk to your lender, talk to your realtor, and see what else can you do regarding the house. So these are some of the things you can plan on, because we are in a different real estate market compared to the last 4 or 5 years. Right. Are you in any kind of situation, or do you know somebody in this kind of situation?
Yeah. Horrible. People are struggling. And I just thank God that I'm not in the situation. There was another video I was going to show real quick too, just to give you guys perspective, because it could always be worse. It can always be worse. This is the last thing. We're going to close out with this.
I'm sick of eating the same 4 meals. Factors show.
Don't eat the same 4 meals when you're trying to diet, y'all. I've tried it. It does not work. At least not for me. You got to mix it up. You got to mix it up. Just because they want you to have protein don't mean you should have eggs every single day. Watch this.
So my mother and I have been sleeping in airports because we've had nowhere else to go. So I guess it's time to catch you all up. After me and my mother lost the car, we thought for a moment that we'd found some place to be until we could transition into our own place. We hopped on a Greyhound bus. Rode 5 hours away to another state. Just to be told that we couldn't stay for long.
Dang.
So now we're finding ourselves packing our luggage and leaving our things behind once again. And you know what they say, once you find yourself in a position like this, it's like climbing up a mountain to get out. Let's get into it.
There you go, mama.
And I just wanted to, I seen this lady popped up on my feed a while before, where her and her mom was just living whatever regular. And I think they got like an eviction notice. And I think it started with a light bill or something like that kind of got too high or something like that, but it just snowballed and got worse and worse and worse. But to see two women who are able-bodied live this way, I'm kind of confused as to how. I mean, I know things happen, but I don't know how it happens. I can't see. I think some people can see the writings on the walls and some don't. Just like the young guy was saying in the last video, cognitive dissonance. Like, we see what's happening before us, but we still kind of don't believe it. We don't think it could happen to us. So we don't do the things to prepare. I think the key word is prepare. Preparation. You have to kind of see, like when I was younger and my mom went back on drugs and I didn't have enough money to wash my underwear. So, every night I was washing my underwear and hanging them up in the bathroom to dry. Couldn't afford deodorant. My sister would steal deodorant. Like, I've been through some shit, y'all, right? So because I knew that I would never live that way ever again, I prepared. I made sure that I continued to go to school, even though I didn't have many friends because I kept wearing the same outfits every week, right? So I didn't have many friends. And that's hard when you go from being kind of popular to, having all of the cool friends because your granny used to buy all of your school clothes and things like that, to your mom being on drugs and then you having to wear the same thing over and over again, right? To go from that to that, a light bulb went off in my head and I said, never again. So I prepared and I knew in order to get the life that I live now, I had to stay in school. I had to graduate high school. If nothing else, I was going to walk across that stage, right? And then I worked my way up and then I figured, okay, well, since I can't afford college, let me join the military. Let me do that because at least I'll have three hots in a cot, right? I will never have to go without eating again. And somebody will pay for my education. Do I have to put my life on the line? Do I have to make sacrifices? Yeah, but guess what? It's way better than what these young ladies are going through, right? So for me, it's all about preparation, seeing the writings on the wall. We all see the way economy is going. We all see the prices of gas. We all see the prices of food. A package of ground turkey used to be $2. Now it's $5, right? Writings on the wall. Don't think you're immune just because you got a little extra on this paycheck. It's not going to be that every single time. So preparation is key. But this was really sad to see. All right, I'm going to read the last of these comments and then I'm going to get on out of here because I got somewhere to be in 22 minutes. They should ban residential buying. It's ridiculous. Rent control is a trap. What cities have rent control? I know New York does, right? But I don't know of any other ones. Donovan says, hey, speaking of which, 106,000 Black women were fired. How many homes will be lost by those women with no man to help? They got us in a trick bag. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of nays. I'm in a bind. And I heard another young lady, her name is Marlene Uncensored. Awesome channel. Excellent viewpoints. This woman, her brain is like crazy. Anyway, she was saying that a lot of these Black women, when we go to college, we be getting these degrees that are not specialized. And when she said that, I laughed because of what I'm going to school to get my degree in. But we need to start getting degrees in things that are niched down, and that will make it hard to replace. More STEM jobs, engineering, things like that. Don't go for the easy. Don't go for the basket weaving degree. Go for something that's going to make you competitive out here, But it is unfortunate if that's true, that this many people are losing their job. That's a lot of women that look like me that's going to be in shelters, shack, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's bad, And to be honest, Donovan, a lot of us would rather deal with that than to deal with a low down, dirty, no good, having crusty, dusty, musty, as Michonne would say, man. Period. I'd rather be on the streets. That should tell you something. That should tell you that we have a problem. We have a problem. Invest in small, safe cities with smaller populations, not trendy places like the new hotspot. Yeah. Because I was looking at Cumberland, Maryland. It's a small town. It's very beautiful, but it's not popular and the population is pretty low. But it looks like there's a lot of drug use out there in that area too, just because there's not much to do too. So I gotta do some more research. Be struggling to compete for rentals. What up, Chelsea Lynn? How you doing? Education is key with the housing, fam. Facts. You got to get your education. You got to learn. You got to do your research. You got to look at the fine print. All of that is so necessary. I was just watching JT, the Pocket Watcher last night, where a guy was saying that Jay Morrison had got him for a couple of bands. I'm like, nah, you should have did your research, because I did. I went on his website. And once I saw typos on the website of you asking me to invest in this looks scam likely. And that was all I needed. Realtors don't know 85% of the time their job is to sell. No shade. Hey, it is what it is. Everybody always trying to get over one another. World full of stank demons. Facts. This is the most capitalistic area ever here, United States. I've never seen anything like it. I can't believe I get to live through this, but it is really just another reason to get closer to the Most High, honestly, because we are surrounded by demons. There are good people in the world, but who gets put up on the pedestal? The bad ones. That's all we see. Reaper. Additionally, realtors don't know rent control laws. Trust me, they will get their clients all hyped to buy, then try to learn the law after the fact. Yeah, after that renter comes back, talking about you sold me this and you put me here and then yeah. Not all, but most, respectfully. We know what it is. We know what it is. Yes, sir. Avoid the demons. Avoid the trap of stuff. You already know, man. Stuff, things, material, phones, rings, and nails, and trendy glasses, and stuff that does not make you who you are. People want to live a facade and they want to hide behind all of the things. That's not what it is. That's not what builds character, having things. Look at Aisha R. What's up? How you doing? Yes, hit that like, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, share the chat. Black women, stop with the I don't need no man. Bull. Donovan says, a lot of y'all look like you need a man when you're home. Listen, y'all want to talk about Manosphere Red Pill? Donovan Sadiq, y'all got to check out his channel. He be going in. He don't give a damn. Okay? He said, John Needham, but I got a question, Donovan. Why do y'all care so much? Especially if you got a woman. If you got a woman and life is good, and you ain't looking for none of these, and you ain't checking for none of these, what do y'all care? Let us do us. Let us be us. Let us be alone and lonely and struggling with our kids. Let us do us. If you ain't trying to come in and save a hoe, I don't see you opening up. You got a big old house in Cali. I don't see you opening up one of them spare bedrooms, getting rid of some of them dogs to let a heifer come and stay. So why are you on here talking mess? I hope the same for you too, brother. Yep. Aisha. For some of us, thank God for the military. Yeah, thank God. I'm appreciative. Aisha. Oh my gosh. Thank you. You are so sweet. I appreciate that. You did not have to do that. Thank you. Coming through showing love. Yes, I appreciate you so much. Oh man, that just made my day. That just made my day. Most cities have rent control. You just have to find, okay. I only trust my new Wolfpack and the Syndicate. That's right, Wolfpack man. You guys make sure you check out his channel as well. I question things often. You have to. Them Nigerian scammers, yeah. Yeah. Actually, crackhead demons, yeah. They're everywhere. Sad thing is our cousins and family that are realtors take advantage of family to make that sale. They do. They do. I got a homeboy who sells homes, and his nephew went to somebody else instead of him. And I sat back and thought to myself, I wonder why. And I'm not saying he would ever do that, because he's a pretty he has integrity, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes you can't trust family, and that's a shame. Your family is who you make it. Honestly, we got relatives, people that we got blood, but then there is family, those that we invite into our lives that we know have our best interests at heart, and that's not trying to secretly compete with us. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that shit. Wolfpack says, I'm still single. Okay. So you can talk your ass, okay? We care so much because feminism destroys cultures. Thus, that BS is not prevalent in other countries. That's true. Yeah, it doesn't exist other places. It's different here, you know. But I'm telling you what, most Black women did not sign up for that mess. A lot of us did not. So please don't hold all of us to those standards. That's all I'm saying. That is all I'm saying. I'm on a long delay. Okay, well, maybe that's my sign to get on out of here. I love you guys. Take care. I got a meeting to get to in 15 minutes in Hampton, so I got to roll. But thank you again, Aisha, for your donation. I appreciate you. One day, I'm going to collect enough money on the stream to where YouTube is going to give me that $20. Right now, it's just sitting in the vault. It's just sitting there. But I know as long as I got $20, I'll never be broke. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you guys. Bye, Mike Nice. Bye, Wolfpack Main. Bye, Aisha. Bye, Chelsea. Bye, Messy, if you're still on. Bye, Reaper. Mike Nice. Who else on here? Couch, Black Couch. Make sure you check out his channel. You guys, all you guys have to do is just double tap on the names here in the chat, and it'll take you to their thing. All good content creators. If I didn't like them, trust me, I would not shout them out. Okay. So everybody that's on the chat, if they have a channel, please go ahead and go to their stuff, check them out, see what they got going on. Messy Michonne will be on at 1 o'clock. I will probably still be in my meeting, but I will check on it as soon as I get out. But let's support each other. Let's take care of each other. Let's just have compassion and love for those who didn't make the right decisions in life. You know, everybody, the thing is, it's really easy to judge when you're sitting in a home and you have air conditioning like you hear here, and lights and electricity and food to eat, and I can afford to go to 7-Eleven and buy this coffee and things like that. It's really easy to sit back and look and judge other people. But at the end of the day, that's not what we're supposed to do. If you don't have money to give them, if you don't have a home or a spare room to give them, if anything, give them a prayer. Pray for them. Ask God to have mercy on their souls, and that the person will do what is in the best interest of them long term, so that they can turn their life around. Because we're not all meant to live like this. We're not meant to live outside on the streets and bumming and asking for money every single day. That's not what God intended. God intended for us to all live off of the land equally. We're supposed to share and love each other. But Satan is here, and he has divided us. And he's got people buying up homes and then holding on to them for the highest bidder. That's not right. It's not right, you know? But anyways, I'm done. I will talk to you guys later, and I'll see you guys over at Messy at 1 o'clock. Peace.